America as we know it now is a shell of what it was when that song first came out.
Fuck yeah!
Welcome back to the Fast Track. This week we're at a lesser-known layout of a well-known circuit, the national layout of the Circuit of the Americas. COTA, as I and many other people like to abbreviate it, has a few interesting names behind its conception. First and up front is seasoned track promoter Tavo Helmond, who would later go on to resurrect the Mexican Grand Prix. He would announce in 2010 the intention to build the circuit on some undeveloped land outside of Austin, Texas, with the ultimate goal of hosting a resurrected United States Grand Prix. Media mogul Red McCombs would become the largest financial backer of the project, later getting a corner named after him, while the design of the track would be done by former motorcycle champion Kevin Schwantz and seasoned track architect Herman Tilke. While construction began in December of 2010, the track would not open until October of 2012 due to a funding dispute with the state of Texas in 2011 that escalated into Formula One management threatening to drop them from the schedule if they didn't pay the race sanctioning fee, which totals to around $25 million, according to the sources that I could find. The pressure was compounded by increased competition for a race in the US in the form of a street circuit that would be made near Port Imperial in New Jersey. Thankfully for everyone, a race on what is subjectively the worst track was avoided due to both that race's issues with funding and the COTA administration eventually paying the sanctioning fee as part of the revised agreement with FOM. Seriously, who builds a street track right next to a sewage treatment plant? Anyways, the 2012 United States Grand Prix would go on as scheduled, and the track would parlay the success of that race into becoming an American motorsports staple, going on to host races for NASCAR, IndyCar, MotoGP, and the World Endurance Championship, among many others to this day. However, we're not going to be racing on the layout that all of those big series use. Instead, we're going to be racing on the smaller, national layout that truncates the track down to 2.3 miles in length, but retains a lot of the core layout. To those who are driving in the sister GTN Cup series, this track will be familiar to you as you drove on this track a little over 2 weeks ago, but now it's time for me to take a crack at it in this week's Hotlap. The lap starts with a harsh braking zone up a massive hill. Careful not to lock your rears as you brake around the 100 board, and get on the throttle late and gently. Hold the car flat through 2, 3, and 4 before lifting, downshifting, and flicking the car into 5 and 6. Take the curb as your car can handle them, easing onto the brakes after the left-hander and making your way down into second gear, getting on the power when you feel the back end grip up. Watch your inputs as you go through this go-kart section, as the car will tend to kill you on the sudden drops if you're on the brakes or on the throttle. Line yourself up for the entry into 8 and take as much curb as you can while getting on the throttle to rotate out. You'll be immediately back on the brakes for turn 9, watching out for front lockups. Rotate the car on neutral inputs and get back on the gas gradually. Ditto for 10, but watch out for a bump on the racing lane on exit. After that, you'll be in the clear to take a fast entry into 12, taking a wide entry to get the best exit out of 13. 14, 15, and 16 are flat, while 17 has a vague braking zone. Your best point of reference here is the flag indicator on the right. Turn 18 caps the lap off with a slow and simple hairpin. Look, I'm just gonna cut to the chase here. This is my suspension setup for this week. Anything stiffer than this, and it's gonna be a miserable time around this place. The bumps on the racing line and the curbs in the S's can and will upset your car, and it's just a matter of how much they upset it. Aside from that, a large emphasis should be placed on the slower speed corners and getting the best exits you can out of them, because those are the best places around here where you can attack or be attacked for position. And one more thing to note before I show you the numbers for this week. The inside limits of turns 6 and 8, as well as the outer limits of the penultimate turn, are very forgiving, but have been put under a gentleman's agreement to not abuse these to their fullest potential for Wednesday's race. You can still do this, but it will be frowned upon, as is the nature with GAs. Speaking of the race on Wednesday, here are the calculations for them. And that's it for this week. Join me next time as we wrap the series up in Interlagos, and I try not to think too much about the ramifications of telling people about those track limits. But until then, good luck, like and subscribe for more, and thanks for watching.